Hey everybody, it's Vince from Spradley Kia here in Pueblo, Colorado, and today I'm going to show you the 2024 SX Turbo all-wheel drive in the brand new color Valais green with black interior. This guy has the sunroof package, which does add a few extra things besides the sunroof. So if you get an SX or an SX with a sunroof package, make sure you understand the difference because there are two different versions of SX. One with the sunroof package, one without, and it does have a couple of things you may be missing. So right away, let's just start with the LED lights on the front. I really do enjoy the Seltos' LED lights. I'm a fan. I've had one in my family for a couple of years, and I really do like the look of the front of this car. You have the tiger nose grille right there, big and bold in front with the LED headlights, LED fog lights, the Kia script badging right there, big and bold up on the front. And then one thing my wife loved about her Seltos is that on the SX is this chrome finish right here, and if you touch it, it's very texturized. I mean, it feels really nice on the fingers. It is not, it's very, it's got those little diamond shapes in there, and you could really feel it on your hands. It's really, really cool. Again, you have your daytime running lights there, big and bright. You got your Kumho tires there with these really cool rims on the side, which I'm a fan of. I really like what Kia is doing with their wheels. I really do. You have the two-tone caps. So this one you have the Valais green cap up top, and you have the glossy black underneath, which I've always liked. I've never had a problem with it. You have the black trim along the A and B pillars, and then if you take a look down the side, you have the black trim going up and around on the side of the car all the way back and then around to the rear, which is always kind of cool, especially in a color like this, the Valais green, yellow. I actually even like it with white. I really like the black trims that go around these cars. This vehicle here does have the roof rack rails, so if you need them for the crossbars, they're on this model. You have the little shark fin up there. And then coming along up back here to the back, you have Seltos, you have Kia right there, dead center with the light bar that goes across the back. You have your reflectors, you have your tail lights, all that good stuff. Now this guy does have an automatic liftgate, which is kind of cool. That is one of the differences between the sunroof package SX and the non-sunroof package SX. If you want the auto liftgate, you do need the sunroof package. I'm gonna go ahead and press this button here, and there she goes. Plenty of room in the back, so you have plenty of cargo space back here. We really loved our cargo space when we had this vehicle. We used it for sports and for travel. It fit coolers. It even fit a 10x10 tent with one of the seats down with our overnight bags and all that stuff. So definitely a really good vehicle. This guy here has the accessory for the cargo cover. Underneath, you have your tire. And then you can actually move this floorboard down to this rail right here, and you can give yourself some depth in the cargo area too. So not a lot of people realize that you can do that, but you definitely can. Child anchor locks in all the back seats. So you do have 3 seats back there. So you have 1, 2, and 3 for child anchor locks, which are really cool. If you have little ones, it works really, really well. And that is the trunk area. Now, I'm going to take a moment here and say, if you like what you see, go ahead and boop the like button, like and subscribe. It definitely does help me out. I do enjoy doing what I do, and the more people I can help, the better. And it's actually pretty fun working at a dealership, which I'm college educated and didn't really think I would like what I do, but because I'm not a car guy, but I honestly do. Let's take a look real quick at what's going on here. So, sunroof package. So SX sunroof package, you have power sunroof with sunshades, smart power liftgate, ventilated front seats, smartphone digital key, which you need Kia Connect for. This one has some accessories from the port, so you have interior lighting, mud guards, puddle light kit, and carpeted floor mats. I do enjoy puddle lights. My wife always makes fun of me for it, but I do enjoy the puddle lights. They are down, they're down below there. They used to be, you have the little entry-level lights too by the door handle, but you do have puddle lights down there. I've just realized that I've never really sold cars at night. Usually people buy cars during the day, so it's really hard to demonstrate those puddle lights when you have that. Let's take a look at the back seat. Very spacious back seat. My son is 6'1", and he fit back here perfectly fine. I'm just gonna pop back here. You have your back vents for your back passengers. You have 2 USB-C ports down there. You got a little cubby there for items like snacks or what have you. You only have 1 map pocket, which I thought was kind of weird, but you have a map pocket behind the passenger seat. You have your kind of oh crap handles right here. And then you have your lights back here, which you can turn on and off by pressing that button. I have the door open, so it's not gonna turn them on and off like that, but it does. You really have this cool like diamond stitching. Well, it's more like plastic, like woven, but you really have that really cool design here in the door handles. You have your little sleek door handles there. Adjustable headrests for all your passengers here. This little guy comes down, so you do have an armrest. Really nice, comfortable. 2 cup holders there. Kind of the hard plastic there, which is not horrible. I really do like how the seat belts, let's see if I can see it on this side. You have your seat belts right here that go into the hook, which this one is not set up correctly. Let's see if I can get it right. There we go. That way it lays flat, and then the little belt right there doesn't hit the door. So pretty cool. And you have your little 3rd row window right there. Kind of just a shot of the front. If I could help anybody find a vehicle, purchase a vehicle, I ship all over the country. My dealership sells at MSRP on everything. So that includes Telluride, Seltos, anything EV, EV6. We are at MSRP, and I can say that is not the case with most dealerships in Colorado, but here in Pueblo we do. So if I can ship you one, you know, a couple states away, or if you wanted to come down and get one, just let me know how I can help. Adjustable headrest right here as well, so that comes down, up and down right there. That is set to the level that I personally like it at. And as you can see, there's the passenger one, which is down a little bit more. Okay, let's take a look at the front cabin. So that's where I'm gonna spend most of my time in this video, because that's where all the excitement really is. That's where, if you're the driver, that's where you're gonna like. You do have the one touch button right here on the door. Just gonna point that out. It's kind of engraved there. It's kind of like depressed. This also is for your smartphone. So when you have the Kia Connect smartphone access activated, the one key, that's the little sensor there to open the door. All right, so moving into the inside of the cabin, let's just kind of start left to right. Right here on the left, you do have your window controls here, your lock and unlock, your mirror controls. You have your child locks for your windows right there. You have your Bose premium audio, which sounds really nice in this car. Coming down here to the side, you have power seats on the driver's side, so that's forward and backward, up and down. You have your lumbar support there, and then you have your leather seats, which is kind of cool. So it's kind of like a leatherette, so it's not like pure leather or vegan leather or anything like that, but it's like a leatherette. Super soft, super comfortable, really good in the cold and the heat, which you can really feel with the heated and air-conditioned seats in this car. Coming along here to the side, you have your illumination button here, so that's going to illuminate your center LCD screen right there. You have your auto lift for the trunk, and then you have your traction control. This vehicle here has the interior lighting kit, like I was saying earlier. So there it is right there for your feet. You have a button right there on the wall to change that color. So if I were to press that button there, then it would change the color down there, which is really cool. Really big footwell there for your passenger and driver. I'll put some links in the description for like mats on Amazon, that kind of thing, for accessories. I usually like to do that on my vehicles. That way, you know, if you want weather mats or leather mats or whatever, sometimes you can find them cheaper on Amazon. All right, let's get into the car. So, like I said, this is my favorite part of the vehicle. This is where I spend the most time, and this is where most people have the most questions. So, kind of coming over here, let's go right to the light stick. So I love auto lights. These right there are set on auto, so that means the lights turn on and off as the sun goes up and down. You have this really big LCD screen right here, which if you take a look continues all the way into your infotainment screen. I love how the steering wheel right here breaks up the black space there, so it looks like it's one big continuous screen, when in reality it is two separate screens. You have your windshield wipers right here. Now let's take a look. So I don't know this off the top of my head, but on the all-wheel drive SX with the sunroof package, let's see if you have auto wipers. You do not. So you have low, intermittent, off, and high, but no auto wipers. Vehicle will be turned off automatically in 26 minutes, so that'll give you like a little countdown. So if you are sitting in the car for a long period of time, it will only let you idle for you know, a half hour or an hour. You can choose whichever one, and then it will turn itself off. Coming here onto the steering wheel, you have your digital assistant right there for your voice. So if you press it once, it's going to activate the voice into the Kia. If you press it twice, it's going to activate your Apple CarPlay or your Android Auto. It's going to connect to your smartphone. Mode is going to be like your mode for your music, or AM, FM, or music on your phone kind of thing. It'll switch through all of your audio features. You have answer call, and then you have the star button, which is a customizable button. I'm going to get back to that in a second. You have your 2 pages button here on the right, which I really do like. So that 2 pages button is going to toggle you from left to right on that center screen. And then you have your toggle switch right below it. That's going to move you up and down. So you do have your digital speedometer right there as well. You have your lane follow assist right here, which is really cool. It's going to use the information in this black box up here. It's going to keep you in the center of the lane. That's what it does. And it's designed to use the information from the car in front of you and the lines on your left and your right. And let's say you're on a 2-lane highway and there's only one line, it's going to position you as best as it can with the information it has. So it's kind of an advanced version of lane keep assist, but it's called lane follow assist. And you do have to turn it off and on every time you get in the car. So I'm going to press it again. You can see right here next to your lane keep assist icon, you have lane follow assist, that little steering wheel there. A big fan of that, super helpful. On cruise control with that on, I mean, it's almost autonomous driving. It really picks up on its own. You take slight curves. I mean, you're supposed to always have your hands on the wheels. Obviously, it's not designed to drive by itself, but I can see where Kia is going with that kind of stuff in the future. You do have adaptive cruise control as well. So your cruise control button is here. It's super hard to demonstrate it when I'm parked because, you know, conditions are not met. But cruise control, you could toggle your speed right there, and then if you press this button, you'll see a little car up here, and it'll give you up to 4 car lengths, and that'll keep you in line with the car behind you. So if they do, let's say you have your cruise control set at 75. If they do 80, you'll go up to 75. But if they're doing 75 and you're set at 75 with 3 car lengths, you will always stay 3 car lengths behind the car in front of you that is set to its maximum speed, if that makes sense. I really kind of like the D-shaped steering wheel on these turbos as well. I just, you know, it's really, I don't know, just a aesthetic thing, but I do enjoy it. You got the whole Kia symbol right here, and I'm going to give it a honk because I really don't know what this car sounds like. Yeah, not horrible. Let's go to the infotainment system. So I'm going to touch on something, and then if you like what you see, stay tuned at the end of the video. But this car does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so it pairs with your smartphone when you have a cable attached to it. Now I have this set up right now wirelessly with the cell phone that I'm recording on, with this little box right here from one car stereo. Super easy. I'll post a link in the description, but I'll show you how it works at the end of the video, because I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it now. But you get wireless Apple CarPlay. You can go right here. As you can see, it's CarPlay and it's all wireless. If I click this little button, I can have Netflix on this screen, I can have YouTube, I can have Xfinity, a DVR on here, I can have basically everything in the Google Play Store because it's powered by Google. But it's super cool. I have Firefox on there, so I have my own web browser, Disney Plus, and like I said, Netflix. I watch Netflix in here a lot, actually, in my personal vehicle, and I am a fan of that product. But this can be set up with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and I do have a device that'll show it to you wirelessly. Let's move down here to the climate. In the climate, you do have your blower speeds right here on the right and the left. You have your recirculated air. I like this new redesign here in the 2024 compared to the 2023s and younger. You have your volume knob, tuner knob, all of your physical buttons down here. And then you have your climate here, your off, your auto, your directionals. So if you know where you want that all facing, then you have another star button there. So star button, when I press that, you're gonna come back up here, and it's a customizable button. So you can make that customizable button one of several different things. It can take you to your home screen, Bluetooth, driver assistance, your phone projection, which is Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Kia Connect, mood lamps, which is really cool. I'll show that here in a bit, but you can customize that however you see fit. Now also, that's what this star button here does. So anytime you have a star button, you can press that, and then that will give you customizable options. So the one on the steering wheel, you have reject a call, end a call, you have change your hands-free calling device, you have privacy mode, voice memos, home, map, reroute, cancel route, quiet mode, so you have all that kind of stuff. So definitely a fan of those star buttons. A lot of people don't realize how useful they can actually be. A little arrow takes you back, a little house takes you home. So if I click that little house button, it's going to take me back to the Kia screen. So this is kind of the main screen you're going to look at. It's going to show you your date and your time. You have the inlay of your maps right there. So if I press that, it's going to take me right to the map section, and it has a tri-screen that's opened here, which is really cool. So this guy, you can scroll up and down, so you can select which content you want right here. When your phone's connected, it'll also have your calendar and your weather if you set it up that way. But you have your compass, your time, another little map. Here's the Apple CarPlay, and then you can just press play. It'll play the music. I'm not going to do that now because I don't want to get copyrighted from YouTube. This little white arrow right there, if you press that, it's going to collapse it and make that big screen all 3 boxes instead of just 2, which is kind of cool. A little house takes me home. You do have your little options there. So if I press that AI smart box, it's going to take me right back into that wireless Apple CarPlay. But most people have radio right there, so if you press that, it'll take you right back to radio, which is kind of cool. So I'm gonna go little house takes me home again, and let's take a look at some of these features here in the infotainment system. Map, navigation menu. So this is where you're gonna find like points of interest, POI categories. I use this a lot when I'm traveling for my daughter with softball. You can click things like, let's say, fast food and restaurants. So if you want a sit down restaurant, click restaurants. It'll tell you all the sit down restaurants near you, which is kind of cool. If you do fast food, it's going to give you more of like your McDonald's, Chipotle, Little Caesars kind of things, Chick-fil-A. So all of the stuff in your area. Now what's really cool is when you're using your navigation menu, these little things that are grayed out right here are going to have lit up. So if you want to find like a subway along your route, you can click along route, and it'll give you the options that are on your route to where you're going. Same thing with near destination or near center of map. Near center of map is where you are at the moment. So near center, well, that's not where I am, but that's what that means. Little arrow takes me back. Same thing with banks and hospitals and all that kind of stuff. Not too shabby. You can save places like your home, your work, and then a bunch of favorites. I like to save my home address in there, so like if I'm ever somewhere where I don't know I'm not there all the time and all I need to do is get back on the highway, because then I could find my way home. I just click home, gets me to the highway, and then I can turn it off. So it's super convenient that way when you have a preset. Phone, so you can pair your phone you know, with Bluetooth and have all those functionalities there. We've already talked about Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Voice memos, climate, valet mode, quiet mode. Quiet mode's kind of cool. So it provides sound only to the front speakers when the volume is set at a certain length. Well, that's not the right word. When the volume is set at a certain level. And then let's say you have people sleeping in the back, or you only want the music played in the front speakers for some reason, you can click quiet mode and it'll cut off the speakers in the back and only play them in the front and play them at a really low level. I would demonstrate it, but again, I don't want to get copyright infringed from YouTube. Sound mood lamp, that's kind of what I was talking about earlier. Now you can set this guy up with your interior colors, so you can do a couple of different colors there. But if you go theme, you got this stuff like party time, hey yo, traveling, a couple of different themes there, and the interior lighting will pulsate to the music, so it will it's kind of fun. My daughter really likes it, so it's one of those things where sound mood lamp is kind of fun. HD radio data, Kia Connect. Let's go into Kia Connect. So Kia Connect, your salesperson, if I press the right button, should be doing this for you or helping you set this up. This is your app. Your app is free for the first year. You get things like remote start, remote climate, remote lock and unlock. You can track your vehicle. You get a lot of stuff free for the first year. And then you go into here into Kia Connect settings, activate service. This is what you want to do in the car. Don't do it on the website and then the car. I've seen it just time out too many times. You just click on that, click I agree, click next, do your phone number. So then blah, 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 you do your phone number in there, click send, it'll send you a code. I'll send you a link to get the code. You follow the prompts, set up your username, set up your password, and then you're gonna have a code. So if you click, I already have a code right here. When you get your code, you just press enter verification code. Boom, 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 enter verification code, and there you go. And then it'll activate. And then you use your same username and password that you created to get into your app. I found that it should default to your phone number, but it should be your phone number and the password you create. Then you could set things up like 911 Connect. So 911 Connect, it will, if you're in an accident and the airbags deploy, it will call the police for you, and then in some locations even give them your location. So pretty useful. All right, let's just click no. Little arrow takes me back. Roadside assistance is the buttons right there. So if you do need roadside assistance, brand new, you get a 5-year, 60,000 mile roadside assistance with Kia. You can just press that button with your phone connected. It'll call roadside for you. Pretty helpful there. Let's go to setup. So I'm not going to go through everything, but there is some things I think you really should do first. Go into setup and create a user profile. Inside profile, you can set 2 drivers and a guest. You can also link the Kia Connect accounts, and then you can pick your own little picture right there, which is kind of cool. That's about as far as I can go without getting stuck having to set it up. But do that first, and then come over to vehicle. When you come over to vehicle, this thing is insanely customizable. You have your driver assistance, you have your cluster, you have your climate, lights, doors, digital key, convenience, all that kind of stuff. Now, the important things I want to go over is convenience. You can turn on and off that rear occupancy alert to let you know there are kids or bags in the back. You can turn on and off the auto rear wiper, the wireless phone charging system, and there's that vehicle auto shut off I was talking about. Digital key, again, you need Kia access to do that, and then you can set up your digital key for your smartphone. Door, 2-press auto unlock is something I always like to have. This is your power lift gate. You want to make sure that is turned on when you have the sunroof package. You can change the power lift gate speed, the power lift gate height, and then you can do smart lift gate. Opens the lift gate automatically when approaching the lift gate with the smart key. I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. Window controls, so that's where you can press the unlock button twice and it'll roll down the front 2 windows, which is kind of nice. So yeah, I want to make sure you hit that. Lights, high beam assist is pretty much the only thing of interest inside lights that I wanted to talk about. recirculated air, automatic ventilation, defrost options. You can click into each one of these and kind of turn stuff off and on as you see fit. I think the way it comes from the factory is just fine, but you can set this thing up as much as you want. Now let's see if this has dynamic display. So the display right there, kind of what I was showing you, you know, pretty nice, you know, kind of standard LCD. But under cluster theme selections, link to drive mode, I'm going to turn that off. They have dynamic. Press dynamic, and that changes into the weather. So it is a bright sunny day outside, so right now you see blue skies, a couple clouds in the sky, which is the truth. If you take a look over there, a couple of clouds in the sky. At nighttime, that thing will turn to dusk. If it's raining, you'll see raindrops. Lightning storm, I was in this in a lightning storm, not this car, but you know, and you see cracks of lightning. It is really cool. They call it dynamic for a reason. It's very, very dynamic. But you can play around with different modes here as well. Like if you, classic C, just turn things a little blue. Classic B is more sporty, but I'm a fan of dynamic and I'm gonna leave it that way. You can change your illumination settings, all that kind of stuff. Driver assistance, you can turn all this stuff on or off, or make it chime, make it active. I mean, it's all there. All right. Screen layout, display, buttons, I mean, all of that stuff you could play around with. It's all customizable. Device connection, so that's going to be what phone is connected under device connections. So there's my Apple CarPlay. Add devices, pair devices, all that kind of stuff. Little house taking me home. All right, let's kind of scoot along here, down here. So you have your heated seats and your ventilated seats. You have your camera. If I press that button, you're gonna see your camera display right there for your rear, and then you can switch it to a tow mode. You can get a lifestyle hitch for this vehicle, and you know, you can hook bikes up to it, that kind of thing. You have downward hill assist. You have lock your rear wheels, so that would lock and unlock your rear wheels there for like four-wheel drive. Like if you're in bad weather, if you're towing something, you can definitely do that. Drive mode, this is a knob, so when you turn the drive mode, you're going to see here you can switch it between sport, smart, normal. I like to leave it in normal. I know people that like to leave it in smart. They say they get better gas mileage there, so play around with it, because there's I don't think there's a right or wrong answer there. Electronic parking brake and auto hold. Auto hold is quietly one of my favorite features in any Kia. So I'm going to put this in drive real quick, and I'm going to put my foot down on the brake and press auto hold. And then you should see right there, it says auto hold. Maybe you can't see it in the sun, but right there, it says auto hold. So now I can take my feet off the brake, and I am now parked. So I am just parked here, and the second I'm ready to go, all I do is hit the accelerator. So it's a way to put yourself into park without actually going into park. It's really good at drive-throughs, or if you're picking someone up somewhere. If you just need to rest your feet off the pedals, it is a great thing to do. You have your cup holders there. You have your little teeny cubby here. You have a little teeny central cubby right there. You have your vanities, so you have dual vanities with the mirrors and the lights, which is kind of cool. And then up here you have your kind of swipe lights. You can just swipe them and they turn on. You can also be lame and press it, but you could swipe it and they just turn on and off, which is really cool. You have your sunroof. Go ahead and press that. Sunroof opens, and it is a bright sunny day out there. The one drawback is when you do close the sunroof, it'll close the glass, but not the partition. You gotta close your own partition. So, kind of a bummer there, but that is what we got. Really big central cubby right here, glove box. I'm sorry, not central cubby, glove box. Not bad, could be bigger. I've seen it smaller. That is about it. If you like what you see, and if you find these videos helpful, like and subscribe. I try and do one for every make and model. And don't forget that I can help you get a vehicle if you're looking for one. I charge an MSRP. We don't take deposits for orders. I can definitely help, and then we can organize shipping to you at your cost, because quite honestly, I don't like to deal with that part. It's easier for the customer to do it. You contact the shipping company, you give them your credit card information, you schedule the time, and then I make it happen after that. But it's just a lot easier that way, and no liability on my part, which I like. That is about it. So I will see you guys down at the dealership, and don't forget to stay tuned to see about the wireless Apple CarPlay and Netflix commercial or demonstration I have coming up. Thanks, guys. Hey everybody, it's Vince from Spradley Kia here in Pueblo, Colorado, and today I am going to show you a little bit of a video of a new product that I am now partnered with from One Car Stereo. They are an awesome company. They have great products, and they have something that I've always wanted in my Kia. They have the ability to project wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, as well as apps like Netflix, YouTube, Disney Plus, like all these streaming services through your car's infotainment system. So it's a super great product. It's very inexpensive, especially if you use the link in this video. You do get a discount for shopping through my link, which is really cool. But let me show you what this is. So it is a little box, and it is right here, and it's called a Smart AI box. Now this Smart AI box, it's super small, and it goes right into your USB port. It works with any vehicle that has wired Apple CarPlay or wired Android Auto, and it gives it the ability to have wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, like I was saying, and it projects it right onto your car screen. So I am sitting in a Kia Telluride, and I am watching one of my other videos from YouTube on the screen in the high definition. It works on any make, any model that has a wired, basically it does not have wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. So from my understanding, it works on any vehicle that does not have the wireless component, which is really cool because that's the majority of Kias, to be honest, and the majorities of Hyundais, Fords. I mean, there's some makes and models out there that obviously have them, like the lower trim level Kias have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but this $50,000 Telluride I'm sitting in does not. So definitely just taking a look here and how crisp and clear the screen is. I watched Netflix on my way to lunch yesterday on this thing. It is super cool. Now, it's kind of an Android system, which is kind of interesting because I'm an Apple guy, but you just click there and you can click this little button there and go to your home screen, and that's what it kind of looks like. So you have Netflix, YouTube, a bunch of other things. You can go to the App Store here, and then you can set up different apps. My wife set up the Xfinity Stream app here for our cable, so we can stream our DVR on here, which was pretty cool. I'm a fan. I mean, it's something I've always wanted. It was very inexpensive. I've always been kind of scared to buy one, but now that I've partnered with One Car Audio, and they were nice enough to send me this and give my customers a promotion. If you follow the link, you get a discount. And it is definitely worth it. It hasn't buffered, it hasn't like lagged, there hasn't been anything. I'm gonna click speed play there, and there it is, wireless Apple CarPlay. The phone that I am videotaping this on has no wires attached to it, and this is what's going on here. So this is definitely CarPlay, which is super cool. Works with Android Auto as well. And to go back to car, you just hit car, and there you are. That rhymed. I don't think I can play any Netflix content because of like YouTube restrictions, but as you can see, I click Netflix, and there it is. It just pops up. There's my little family. I'm gonna pick my profile, and then it will load. Like I said, very little lagging. When you first connect it, like down there is a handshake, so it's going to, you're gonna feel like a little bit, it takes maybe 30-45 seconds for everything to connect. It connects with your hotspot on your phone, which is pretty important, and then also Bluetooth. So it just depends upon what you're using. But there's Netflix, and you can go in, and looks kind of like it does on your TV. play stuff, but again, it's I'm not sure what the content was. That's why I was playing my own YouTube channel on YouTube. But super cool product. Definitely, if you have any questions, post them in the link below. Don't forget to click through. They have a bunch of other things too. I mean, they have a whole suite of products. It's depending upon your vehicle and what you're needing, but this was very, very cool. They were generous enough to send me one to review, and I could not be happier. And again, I'm sitting in a I'm sitting in a Kia 24 Telluride SX Prestige, and I could watch Netflix if I wanted to. It'd be really cool for hybrids or EVs because you can charge at a charging station and pop on, you know, a show, pop on a movie. Super, super cool. I have yet to find any kind of issues with it. Like I said, no lagging, no buffering. It's very, very easy. It does a ton of things that I'm still trying to scratch the surface. When you go into the App Store, because then you have like the Play Store right here, and then you would just sign in with your Gmail account. They have a whole, like, it's your whole Gmail. So you can download a whole bunch of apps that I haven't even scratched the surface with yet. Like there's Amazon Prime I can do. I mean, Google Calendars. I mean, it's the Google App Store on your car, which is really, really cool. All right, guys, I just wanted to do a quick little video on this to show you what it is and what it does. It is just the Smart AI box. It's super light, comes with its own cord, a USB and a USB-C cord depending upon what setup you have in your vehicle. I really just can't be more happier with this product. It's something like I said, I've always wanted. I have zero issues with it. And all you do is you just plug it in and then it just works. And it just, like I said, a little bit of a handshake, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and then you are good to go. So definitely check it out, guys, and I will see you guys down at the dealership.